Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to a new year of golden opportunities.
Today, how secure are you in your home? We'll investigate issues that might undermine your safety. Happy New Year! No need to drop the ball. You can still light up the night with a sparkling smile in 2014. Plus, take a peek at the go-to guide for essential senior resources. And will reduced earnings before retirement reduce your Social Security benefits?
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for golden opportunities. It's time to talk about bottom lines, and I'm not talking about finances here. I mean personal bottom lines. Everyone encounters constipation on occasion, but if your bowels are blocked on a regular basis, that could be a cause for concern. Gastroenterologist Dr. Rima Gulati is with Metro Health, and she's here to provide us with reasons and relief. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
So do gastrointestinal issues, do they get worse, rear up as we age?
I think it's an oversimplification to say that it happens purely due to aging. I think it's more the result of interaction of various factors that we see with aging, like changes in diet, physical activity, use of medications for, other chronic illnesses which we acquire as we age. So it's usually...
There are some lifestyle issues, though, that can affect our gastrointestinal situation.
Absolutely. The most important being diet and physical activity. It has been seen that with aging, there may be changes in diet, like reduction in fiber intake, less fluid intake, increased protein, less natural foods, and that can definitely contribute towards constipation.
All right, so let's focus on diet for a minute. How much fiber should we have, protein, etc.?
The recommendation is between 25 to 35 grams a day, and unfortunately,
of fiber?
Of fiber. And
is that a lot of fiber?
Not really, actually. Not if we eat a lot of, sources like fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Unfortunately, animal foods are not a big source of fiber, and that's why most Americans do fall short on their daily fiber requirements. It's primarily acquired from plant-based foods.
So should we be taking supplements for fiber?
There are supplements available in the market, and many of them, actually the newer ones like wheat dextrins and inulins, are pretty easy to use, easy to dissolve, and they can be added to your breakfast cereal, soups, regular foods, and that does provide another way of having fiber.
I know when you look at the cereal box, for example, and they tell you, how much, it's got fiber in it. But if it's listed as like the 18th item on the list, that's not much fiber.
You can be sure that there's not much fiber. The farther in the listing it is, the less fiber there will be. And
so you put up a list here of different percentages. Tell us what that symbolizes.
Yeah, so this is based on the recommendations for a healthy, balanced diet for most Americans. And so about 45 to 65% of your calories should come from carbs. Complex carbs are better. These are obtained, as I said, from whole grains and some fruits and vegetables. Protein, about 10 to 35%. In fact, there's a recent study which has shown that increasing protein intake is associated with constipation, and animal foods is a big source of protein in the American diet. Fat, about 20 to 35%, and less than 10% of that to come from saturated fat. Fiber, as I mentioned, about 20 to 35% a day, and at least 6 to 8 cups of free water every day, which is about 48 to 60 ounces.
That's a lot of water.
Not that much.
Away.
If you drink a cup every few hours, you will be able to meet it.
So let's say we never had constipation, and then all of a sudden, boom, we start having it. Is that a cause for concern?
Certainly, with aging, an abrupt change in bowel habits is always concerning. And if you have not changed anything drastically, like your diet or been on a new medication, then one should certainly be alert to the possibility of some serious disorders like colon cancers and seek consultation with a gastroenterologist.
So don't just take a laxative. If this came up suddenly, maybe go see the doctor.
Yes, we do not advise taking laxatives for long time periods without medical supervision. You should seek medical supervision at that
Very
time.
important information. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
having me.
So if you've stopped going, then make sure you go to Dr. Gulati's action list. Eat right, including fiber, exercise, drink a lot of water. If you're still having problems, then by process of elimination, you may have a more serious concern and you need to see your doctor. My thanks to Dr. Gulati for fleshing out this important information. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Find out more by calling Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit www.metrohealth.org. Want more Metro Health medical information? Be sure to tune in to WTAM 1100 Radio each Saturday morning at 7 for Metro Health and You, hosted by Dr. Christine Alexander. Next, safety first. But first, if you love cars, you ought to know the answer to this. In 1904, two men, one the owner of a new type of business, a car dealership, and the other a royally successful engineer, created a car company that landed luxury right in the driver's seat. Is there a ghost of a chance that you can name this turbocharged duo? We'll drive home the answer when we return.
My husband and I got into the car and we couldn't do it. We couldn't pick one baby over the other. Coming to Metro changed the entire pregnancy. We actually started to become happy with our situation. We owe a big thank you to Metro. I can't imagine our family without Sam.
Charles Rolls and Sir Henry Royce named their new company after themselves, creating cars that auto enthusiasts adored, including the superior Silver Ghost, launched in 1907 and lauded as the best car in the world.
Maybe you have a security system or a dog that serves as one, but keeping others out isn't the only safety measures you have to take, no matter where you live. To be safe in your home, you have to make your home safe for you and your needs. David Shell and Eric Myers from Breckenridge Village are here with a safety checklist for creating a home-safe home. David's the executive director at Breckenridge. Eric's director of physical therapy. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so David, when you had young kids, we had to baby-proof our home. Now do you have to do something similar, safety-proofing our home for us as we age?
Well, in a way we do. Certainly as our needs change and adapt, we need to look at the environment and make sure that we're making it safe for the individual.
So, Breckenridge, we'll take as an example, you've built all kinds of apartments and homes, and did you have to go through and put in safety measures?
Absolutely. If you look at the design, and right now we're breaking ground on the last building in Grace Woods, and we've refined a lot of the construction and the design over time, not only looking at physical needs, but also visual cues, hearing, tactile, so all of the senses, and designing a building with open floor plans, designs that accommodate needs.
All right, so Eric, let's talk a little bit about specifics. What can we do to make our home safer as we get older?
Well, you actually can do several things that are minimal to no cost at all. You can start with eliminating furniture that may be unsafe. For example, chairs that are rocking or swivel or may not have armrests or have an abnormally low seat-to-floor height.
So those are things that could create a problem for us if we have a swivel chair or a rocking chair.
Correct.
All right, and then what?
Well, once you've eliminated the things that you don't need, you can start by rearranging existing furniture. What you want to do is create as open as a floor plan as possible, including bedrooms, hallways. You also want to eliminate any trip hazards, such as random clutter in the home, any sort of cords or power cords that are there. And obviously throw rugs, they tend to be a great offender of being a trip hazard for patients or residents.
What does remove doors mean?
Well, oftentimes in older homes in particular, doorways can be somewhat narrow. So if someone's using a rolling walker or a walker of any sort, it can often be difficult to negotiate to that entrance.
To open a door.
So if you take a door off, you gain about 2 inches oftentimes.
What about grab bars, things like that? Are you an advocate for those?
Absolutely, yeah, especially if they're located in the proper place to promote most safety, such as in a tub or shower stall, adjacent to a commode. And also railings for stairs. Any stairs within the home or entry stairs should have railings.
Lighting, is that something we work on?
Yes.
To make our homes
yes,
safer?
Yes, very important. Poorly lit areas are definitely a high-risk area for an elderly patient or elderly resident. You want to have as adequate lighting as possible.
Good, good. David, our viewers are watching and saying, what can we do? Yeah. How can we know what to do in our own homes? Is there something that you can help them with?
Certainly. I would recommend, and Eric as an occupational therapist, if someone's had inpatient rehab or outpatient rehab, home health care, many times it's covered under Medicare or the HMO products, and you can have a home visit done, and we do an awful lot of those. And having someone with the eyes to look at the environment can help tremendously. And if
so you can do a home visit, check out somebody's home, even if they're not a resident of Breckenridge.
Absolutely.
Very good. We're going to give a phone number.
Good.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Armin.
To live happily and securely in your home, remember safety first. My thanks to David and Eric for preparing these important points and driving them safely home. To learn more, use the information that's coming up next.
Learn more by calling Breckenridge Village at 440-954-8359 or log on to their website, www.breckenridgeohio.org. Next, new year, new smile. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Birds do it, bees do it, and now thanks to the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, you can get educated about how Mother Nature plays matchmaker. A visit to the PG-rated Nature's Mating Games Beyond the Birds and the Bees reveals the serious business of becoming a couple. Make a beeline for your phone to uncover more information. Call 800-317-9155 or click to www.cmnh.org.
It's January 5th, and you've probably already made and broken a few of your New Year's resolutions. But dentist Steve Marsh is here to add an upgrade to your list. And this resolution is one that will actually make you smile. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
Thanks, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. So let's start with, you've made a resolution for us. I want to know what it is, and I want to make a guess. It's get a dental checkup.
Well, certainly that's a good place to start. You know, Armin, beginning of the year, people, as you said, make and break resolutions. One might be to lose weight. And I see a lot of people who say, well, this year I'm going to fix my house up, maybe a kitchen, or maybe my roof is leaking, and they're doing all sorts of things without their body included. So we thought, this year one of the resolutions should be, if you've ignored your teeth or wondered when can I do it, this might be another resolution you might make and take.
All right, so let's start with some examples. You brought us an example of someone in their 50s.
Well, I thought what we would do to start the year off is look at somebody in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s who've come in for dental treatment who made that one of their resolutions in previous years.
Great. 50s. So this is a gentleman who had recently retired, and he said, I finally have some time to take care of my teeth. His wife is still working, and here's his before picture, and you can see over the years, he said, I really let my teeth go. He had a very large split between his front teeth. The ones in the back were worn quite a bit. And so he actually sat down with me because he finally had time, and we made a plan, and he said, I'd like to start with my upper teeth. I've never been proud of that. I'd like to close that space. And what was nice is he sort of gave me carte blanche in that he said, I have all the time in the world, and we can do it over time. So we did porcelain veneers in the front,
to close up the space. And then ultimately, Armin, we did some work in the back of his mouth, and he said it's literally been life-changing. And so that was a good resolution for him in his late 50s.
That's very nice. Now, people, as they get older, can also do things. Someone in their 60s.
Someone in their 60s. This is a woman who was missing teeth and for years wore these old partials with metal hooks and metal clasps. And I said, we can do some different things. And so what we did with her is, you can see that before picture. And again, somebody who had worked as a teacher for many years, wore these old clips, now in her mid-60s, retired, and said, again, I need to take care of my teeth. You know, Armin, as we get older, we like to eat, we like to do things. That's her before and after. Again, you saw the front view. This is looking up into her palate. You can see she only had those 5 teeth left. And again, she didn't want a partial that had hooks and that sort of thing. Said we use this all ceramic type partial. It does go in and out. She can keep them clean. You can also modify it if she has any problems. But a huge change, and she said, you know, I should have done it years before while I was still teaching.
All right, let's get in the 70s.
70s, this is an interesting story. A woman who had the finest of fine, and she wore the most beautiful clothes and luggage, you name it, said to me, all these years my teeth have been shifting. I had braces as a kid, and as I've gotten older, as happens to many of us, her lower teeth had really shifted. Her daughter finally said, Mom, you take care of everything else. Why don't you take care of your teeth? I know how much it bothers you. She didn't want to go through braces, 77 years old, so we did some gum contouring, Armin, which means we use a laser to lower the height of the tissue. We reshaped the teeth, that is non-orthodontic, and then did a combination of crowns and veneers to give her that beautiful smile. And for somebody who was always bothered by it, she thought, wow, what a big difference.
We only have a few seconds left. Hit us on the 80s.
80s. A son brought his father in. He had lost all these teeth. He's 88 years old. He was a farmer. He said, Dad, it's about time you take care of yourself. He said, I like to eat. I still like women. And he said, I want a better smile. He came in, and in about 2 to 3 appointments, we remade his smile and made him satisfied. And the son said, Dad, it's great that you took care of yourself.
Nice work. Appreciate that. Thank you, Steve. This is my kind of resolution, taking time for me, for us. If you're ready to take care of you, take down the information coming up next and give Steve a call. And from both of us, Steve and I, all of us here at Golden Opportunities, we wish you many reasons to smile in 2014.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, guiding you to comfort and care. It's time to get up and go, an exercise minute on Golden Opportunities.
Hello, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're here to show you how to do a basic towel stretch. This stretch is going to stretch your triceps and even help warm up your shoulders, okay? This is a great stretch to do before or after physical activity. You ready to show them how it's done?
I am ready.
Let's do it. We're going to start by holding the towel in the right fist at the end. We're simply going to swing that towel around our back here, and we're going to grab with the other side and just give a nice gentle tug. You don't want to pull too hard. Just go with what your body will let you do. Make sure you keep your head up and straight. Excellent. Let's go ahead and try the other side now. Switch, hold the end of the towel with the left hand, swing it around, grab with the right, and give a gentle little tug. Excellent. How you feeling?
This is easy.
I see you're getting warmed up over there. Good job, buddy. Hold for a 5 to 10 count 2 to 3 times. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
Healthcare, downsizing, assisted living, long-term care. When facing issues about aging, there are hundreds of questions that can come to mind. But mind you, where can you turn to find answers? As if we were reading all of our minds, Max Compton created the Senior Comfort Guide, a printed and online resource to uncover the information you're interested in. Max, the president of Senior Comfort Guide. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm going to give you a few scenarios. Let's start with a common one. Adult children faced with finding a place for mom who's going to be discharged from the hospital, someplace that she can go to still get care, maybe some medical services. Can the Senior Comfort Guide help?
Definitely. The most common, Armin, like you brought up, was adult children have to make this decision pretty quick to find a place for mom or dad. First, the knowledge of the difference between one facility and another, whether it's a rehab center, whether it's assisted living, independent living, what each one individually provides different than the other. So it's very important to do your research, to do as thorough as possible before making this.
And there's definitions in here to help people understand the differences, the terminology, things like that.
Correct. The whole first section is educational. So to learn all the terminology and to learn, again, what each facility provides is all in the beginning of the guide.
It's so important because, people don't understand, assisted living. There's all kinds of assisted living, nursing care, it's a hodgepodge.
And besides the facilities, the insurance coverage as well, to figure out what insurance
that's
covers.
Right. All right, so another situation, veteran. You're not sure if your parent who's a veteran is getting all the benefits they're entitled to. Help in the book?
Exactly. It's so confusing now with veteran benefits, and that changes pretty common and pretty frequently. And we have a brand new section in this guide that was not in the last guide. It's a veteran section with all the agency numbers, contact information, and professionals who deal with veteran benefits to be able to lead you in the right direction of what mom or dad is capable or able to get.
All right, house repairs. That's an area where, as you get older, you may want some help. Can the book help that?
Definitely. That's another section we added, was unique services, such as mom wants to stay home, however, she needs a ramp, she needs a bathtub that's a walk-in bathtub, all construction or remodeling for the senior to stay in their home. We have a whole section of professionals who can provide that as well.
Where does someone get the senior guide?
Well, we started printing 9,000 guides, and they're distributed throughout Northeast Ohio. I personally bring them to all Northeast Ohio hospitals. It goes to most of the senior centers, the senior networking meetings throughout Northeast Ohio as well, libraries, doctors' offices, so on and so forth.
And you can get this online too. We're going to give a website, and people can go and print it off for free.
Yes.
Great. And I think we have some in our office too, so good.
And if anyone needs a guide, they can also always call our office, and we can try to mail a guide out as well.
Great. And we're going to give a phone number for that too.
Great.
Thank you, Max. Appreciate your being here.
Thank you so much.
The maze of managing aging issues can be mind-boggling, so let your mind unwind by using the Senior Comfort Guide. My thanks to Max Compton for guiding us through just a bit of its available information. To learn more, we've got a number and a website coming up.
For more information about the Senior Comfort Guide, call 216-292-8485 or click to www.seniorcomfortguide.com. Next, will a part-time job reduce your Social Security benefits?
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Here's your second chance, because we're going to list all that information again. Then we'll be back to add up how they arrive at your Social Security income. All right, so we worked until retirement, making more money each year. But today, that's changed. Lots of folks make less money right before retirement. Maybe you lost your job and you had to take a lower paying job for a few years. Or perhaps you retired but then took a part-time job to add to your income, give yourself something to do, will those reduced earnings right before retirement lower your Social Security benefits? Here to raise our knowledge is my law partner, Mike Solomon. Thanks for joining us, Mike. All right, so Mike, I worked for many years, make a good income, and then I take a part-time job. Maybe I make $5,000 a year, and you do that for a couple years. Will that reduce my Social Security income forever?
No, Armin. Private pensions, many private pensions look at the last several years of your employment. They look at your income, and that could impact you. But Social Security doesn't work that way.
So Social Security pension rules are different.
That's right.
All right, so tell us about Social Security. How does that work?
Well, Social Security looks at your highest 35 years of salary. It doesn't look at the last 35 years, but the highest 35. And it takes that into consideration. So if you've gotten your 35 years of service in, if then later on you work part-time or you retire, that's not going to impact your Social Security at all.
What if we didn't work for 35 years, or we didn't at least work for a job covered by Social Security for 35 years? What if you don't have a highest 35 years?
Okay, so let's say you've worked 32 years. Then they're going to take 35 years, but 3 of them will be zeros. So it will impact your Social Security because you'll be treated as earning 0 for those 3 years that you didn't work.
So based on that, am I correct in thinking that if you work 32 years at high income, then you take a part-time job for $5,000 a year for 3 years, that could actually raise your Social Security benefits because you're taking the place of zeros?
That's right, exactly right. So if you work 32 years, as you said, and then you get a part-time job, rather than having those zeros, you're putting the $5,000 a year, whatever it is you earn part-time, it has to raise your Social Security benefit.
So working at a lower paying job, for whatever reason, the last few years before Social Security, will not lower your Social Security benefits and might raise them.
That's exactly right. It can never hurt. It can only help.
Thank you, Mike. Good information. Social Security benefits don't work like pension benefits. Lower income before retirement won't reduce your Social Security benefits. In fact, they might increase those benefits. For more information, give Mike a call.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us on next week's show, how to deal with diabetes after your diagnosis. Feeling a tingling in your toes and fire in your feet? We'll offer techniques to tame the pain. And what's happening with healthcare reform? We'll check on the status. Until next week, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.